So this sales page right here has generated Lara Acosta over $1 million in info product sales. This is actually her flagship program called the Literally Academy, and it's also part 2 of a little series that I'm making where I'm breaking down her entire ecosystem that has generated her over $1.5 million in revenue. And with that being said, if you want to watch part 1, you can do so by clicking the links in the video description or the comments. I'm gonna put it somewhere down there. So this right here is the sales page, and I'm about to dissect every single section and extract any psychological triggers as well as copywriting frameworks that she's used. So let's start off with her hero section. Start making your dream prospects come to you. This is the headline, followed by the subheading, which says leverage the potential of personal brand, become an authority in your niche, attract your dream prospects for your business without spending a penny on ads. Then we also have an eyebrow at the very top where she's using social proof. So this is basically when other people see others buy, they're more likely to buy, if that makes sense. Then she has a VSL, which is a video sales letter. And in this case, it's an 8-minute long VSL where she goes over her origin story. She goes over her different modules in her course, the different guest calls, as well as the resource hub, which is a Notion, I think. Then she's also showcasing the Discord, where she shows all the different community members, all the different wins and the chats that people have. And then in the end, she's showing a couple of wins, a couple of case studies of people that successfully used her methods to grow their personal brands, to grow on LinkedIn and make money. Then we have a little button right here, join Literally Academy now, which is a call to action, which redirects us to the pricing section, which is at the very bottom of the page. Another social proof section right here, where she's showing some numbers, including 500 plus successful members, 500,000 plus followers generated, and #1 LinkedIn personal brand program. So she's establishing her Literally Academy program as the #1 authority in this niche. This is followed by another social proof section. Here she's talking about the different success stories with specific reviews, specific testimonials from people that have used her strategies and have made money, including the links to the LinkedIn profiles so you can check them out directly and see how they've grown on LinkedIn. Another social proof section, as you can see, because it's a sales page that doesn't continue to a sales call or a whole booking process, she wants to make sure that people buy like right now, basically, without going through a whole sales process. Because like I said, she's not doing any sales calls. Get direct access to me plus everything you need to get results like this. She's showing the results here, social proof. Ali Farha, for instance, he joined the program, and as you can see, every single person that's illustrated or shown in this section right here, they've grown their LinkedIn profiles after they joined the program. Once again, a call to action button, join Literally Academy now. I would actually have a different button here, maybe like join these people or get results like Noemi and Ali, something like that. So it's a little bit of a different call to action and more relevant to this section right here. Next up, we have this little blurb right here. There's no reason why you should be running ads to book calls and land leads as a business owner, which is a typical pattern interrupt. And then it's followed by a question. So what should you do instead? This kind of attacks a widely known behavior. In this case, it's running ads to book calls. And then it provides a solution, which is putting out great content. Then she's making it sound easy, right? So it's simple enough, but not easy to master. And that's where she comes in. That's what she can help you with. So that's where the reframing comes into play. The world's #1 personal branding course. We continue with the next section. Build a personal brand that becomes a 24/7 sales page for your business. Learn the hidden strategies and tactics I use to become the fastest growing female creator on LinkedIn and launch multiple 6-figure businesses. Actually, I would prefer this as the main headline of the page. Build a personal brand that becomes a 24/7 sales page for a business. I know that a lot of people, this is kind of the dream, right? something that's running passively in the background. Like passive income is obviously a huge topic for a lot of people, including myself, including me and you. Like I'm pretty sure a 24/7 sales page for your business sounds awesome. I would actually love to see that as the main headline, but like I said, they've A/B tested stuff. And she's also using social identity transformation. As you can see right here, you learn how to become an authority in your niche, attract dream prospects, and become the go-to expert in your niche. She's repeating in your niche a lot to kind of ingrain into people's brains that this is attainable for pretty much anyone in any niche. And on top of that, she creates this picture in people's minds, right? This is the transformation that you're going to go through. You're going to become an authority, you're going to attract dream prospects, and become an expert. This is followed by a little teaser video right here where she's once again showing the different modules, which is just 15 seconds long. And then she's got a whole bunch of value stacking going on. She's essentially showcasing and showing every single module. Now, this is a smart thing to do for various reasons. In this case, what's really smart is that every single lesson has a very thought-provoking name. So lesson 1, the LinkedIn growth playbook. Lesson 2, the algorithm. Lesson 3, the creator mindset. This is followed by becoming the niche, the authenticity paradox. Like this evokes a lot of curiosity. Pretty much every single lesson right here evokes a lot of curiosity, and she taps into what I like to call the knowledge gap theory, right? We crave information that seems to be a little bit mysterious. So in this case, I have no clue what the niche matrix is. I can maybe come up with something in my head, but I don't know what exactly it is. Same goes with online risks. I'm not good at online risks, right? I don't know what it is. So I want to find out what this is. So like I said, knowledge gap theory being used here in a very smart manner. The Batman effect, escaping the 50 to 100 likes jail. Right, this is a big pain point that people have on LinkedIn, which is getting around 50 to 100 likes. The Slay framework, if you haven't followed her content, if this is something new to you, this is also really smart. This is actually a framework that she came up with. So once again, knowledge gap theory. I'm literally so curious to find out what the Slay framework is about. So what she's doing right here is she's stacking value. She's showcasing every single module, every single lesson that you get by purchasing her Literally Academy product. This is followed by another testimonial section, another social proof section where she's showing all the different wins. In this case, these are short 2-minute interviews with her students where she's also basically extracted the different quotes from the interviews. There's something here that I've not had in the past. I made 10x more than what I invested. I almost doubled my LinkedIn growth. So these are all interviews with her students from the program. Now, in the following section, she's over delivering. Once again, value stacking, providing a lot of value. And obviously at the beginning, you kind of get a feeling that this is just a course, but now she's making it clear. This is not a course. Become a top 1% LinkedIn creator. Top 1% implies elite status. So in a way, she's once again planting those seeds in your brain. Imagine that you're going to become a top 1% LinkedIn creator, which in psychology is called future self elevation. And like I said, value stacking, she's showcasing, well, you don't get a course, you get community, you get coaching, right? You get those weekly calls, you get a challenge that you can implement your learnings with a bunch of accountability. And then we have a Notion. So this is basically a Notion dashboard that you get with all the different plug and play templates, the copywriting frameworks and so on. To be honest, I would change the Notion to something else like templates or resource hub, because not everyone knows what Notion is. But to be fair, like her audience, I'm pretty sure that 90% of people know what Notion is. So maybe you can disregard the comment that I just made. With that being said, this is the qualifying section. And as you can see, she's targeting pretty much everyone who wants to build a personal brand. Usually sections like these are made to disqualify people, but because her offer is so broad, she actually wants to target as many people as possible. So she's naming 95 or even 99% of her audience members, which are coaches and consultants, authors, financial advisors, entrepreneurs, founders and CEOs, basically anyone who can benefit from building an audience on LinkedIn, building a personal brand, and essentially making the most out of it. Once again, a call to action button, join Literally Academy now. And then we have the hero origin story. Every single offer, in my opinion, should include the origin story. This is where the founder or the creator of the offer, in this case is Lara herself, where they talk about their own personal growth. What did they do? What transformation did they go through? In this case, she's saying she's had zero experience, no idea where to begin. And instead of doing something random, she kind of took a systematic approach. She developed systems that she's going to teach inside the Literally Academy program. And once again, she's showcasing that graph that she's showcased at the very beginning with her students, but now she did it for herself. And now this section is followed by more value stacking. Here's exactly what you'll get when you join. Weekly group calls with her, 8-stage roadmap to build and grow on LinkedIn, and a 30-day growth challenge with other members. Once again, using value stacking, providing as much value as possible, over delivering when it comes to the promise that she made at the top. Then we have another testimonial success story section where she's basically created this whole wall of various case studies and reviews and what people are saying, the different wins that people posted inside the community on Discord. This includes screenshots of people making money, people growing on LinkedIn, people getting a bunch of impressions and views and leads into the pipeline. And now comes the fun part, the pricing section. Once again, some identity framing. Discover the tactics, strategies, and skill sets you'll need to become a top 1% LinkedIn creator and build a 6-figure personal brand with Literally Academy. So the pricing strategy is actually quite straightforward. You pay $999. Of course, they are pushing you towards paying the full amount, the $999. You can also opt in for paying in installments. In this case, you're actually going to lose money. So let me calculate quickly. If you pay the $329 a month for 4 months, you are essentially going to lose around $300, which is not ideal. So they are price anchoring and pushing you to pay the full $1,000 amount to get full access. And there are no monthly subscription fees, which is usually the case with paid communities. Now, one thing that I'm actually missing here is, for how long do you get access? Like, is it lifetime access? Because you can't guarantee lifetime access to a group coaching offer, right? Because one promise that she makes is that you're going to get access to her in the form of coaching calls. Now, the question is, do you get it for a year? Do you get it for half a year? Do you get it forever, right? So this is where we need more clarification, but maybe we're going to have that in a subsequent section. Now she's value stacking more here, basically showing you all the different things that you're going to get by purchasing Literally Academy. So in the next section, she's using something that I like to call binary framing. See, she's forcing you to choose between two different ways of doing things. The failure, right, which is the old way, and the success, the new way. And this removes any sort of middle ground. You don't have any middle ground. You either have the failure, the old way, or the new way, the success. So it makes decision much easier. And then we have the call to action. Show me the new way. Once you click on that button, you get back to the pricing. So the reason why we have this section is for all the people that scroll past the pricing section and need more convincing. And this is followed by another need more convincing section, which is more social proof and showing you all the different success cases from her program. Then we have another convincing section. 99% of personal branding advice is cringe and outdated. She's once again talking about all the misinformation that's out there. The way she's doing things is right. If you do things right, then LinkedIn is going to be great for you, right? Then we have another social proof section. So much social proof. Like I said, it's very much needed with an offer like this, which is quite broad. And of course, like I said, she's not doing any sales calls. So she wants the sales page to do the heavy lifting, which makes sense. So once again, around 2-minute interviews with different students in her program. And last but not least, we have the FAQ section. Have any questions? We have more clarification when it comes to the pricing. Actually, it seems like they had a different pricing model a couple of weeks or months ago. So this needs to be updated right here. I've wasted money on courses in the past. What makes things different about Literally Academy? You get to network, once again, value stacking. How can I be sure this program is right for you? If you're serious about exploding your personal branding in the coming months, in a way she's disqualifying people that are not serious about exploding their personal brand. And last but not least, we have another section where she's selling you the different modules and features. The multi-step course, the community, the coaching, the Notion operating system, and the 30-day challenge with accountability that you're going to get. Now at the very bottom of the page, we have the footer section with support if you want to reach out to them, if you have issues with the payment, sales terms and conditions. This is actually very important right here because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a refund section right here. So making sure that people don't ask for refunds, because it's a digital product, there's no eligibility for refunds. Pricing, payment, and other important terms, which is also very important to have when you're selling digital products or info products online. So this was pretty much it. How can I get back to the page? This was pretty much it. A quick rundown, well, it wasn't really quick, but a rundown of Lara Acosta's $1.5 million info product ecosystem. Like I said, if you didn't watch part 1, you can do so by clicking the links in the video description and in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions and if there's anything that you want to add, please do so in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.